Everyone, my name is Clint Jones. I'm a project coordinator at Tarleton State University. What a joy it is to be here with you today. I'm glad that you've chosen to be a part of this session and looking forward to being with you today. I want to remind you of our disclaimer that all our sessions are PMI copyrighted and the slides are part of the PMI things as we go on through all these sessions. And I look forward to talking with you today about how to empower you as a project manager to prepare yourself for AI deployment in higher education teams and also for nonprofits. I am a coordinator in higher education. I was a pastor for 14 years before becoming a project coordinator, and it's a great opportunity to be here with you today. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what we can delve into. I want to talk about artificial intelligence. It's a burgeoning field, something that's new. It has a lot of buzzwords that are surrounded, and it actually is entering into parts in places where it has not been a part before. Higher education is one of the areas, and especially as you're in a higher education setting, you hear it all the time. Also, and on top of that, as a leader of a nonprofit for many years, AI is even entering into places like churches and nonprofits and those places. And that presents certain challenges and problems and unique needs that we must face as we think about how to successfully integrate uh, artificial intelligence in our work life, especially as project managers. In the rapidly evolving landscape of technology, higher education nonprofit organizations face unique challenges. And really, if you're even small businesses face unique challenges because there are things that are very unique to those contexts, which make AI deployment even a little bit more complicated to use, and it makes it harder to roll those things out. There's a general lack of awareness and understanding. There's lots of people who are either fearful or unfamiliar with what AI can do for you. You can find resistance because of that. I don't know about you all, but even in a higher education situation or a church, you run into situations where there's resource constraints, whether it be the lack of funding, whether it be the lack of IT people, whether it be the lack of maybe a skill set you're looking for. Those things come to play, and they make it difficult to invest in the necessary tools and training to develop and deploy AI. You do have those skill gaps. Maybe you have a person who's been doing this job for 20 years, and maybe they've been doing this one particular thing for a long time. And what you've come to find out is that, yes, they're great at what they used to do, but AI is a challenge to them. Maybe they don't know how to use computers that well. So skill gaps often exist. And then, of course, in any organization, there's the need for change management. There's the need to help people adapt to this new technology so they're not resistant to it, but they may accept it and find the benefits from it. And of course, we always have to think about, especially anytime we're around technology, about data security and privacy. Those are important things. You do not want your company's proprietary data or your university's proprietary data out somewhere on the internet somewhere for someone else to see. So those are things that we have to think about together. And we, as project managers, have to help our teams integrate all these all these aspects of what we're doing together for efficiency, for accuracy, and also for success in rolling out IT and AI in our organizations. So, as you think about this, and as we think about where we're going, we have to understand the benefits of AI driven automation for higher education and nonprofit teams. Nonprofits and higher education in particular work with extraordinarily limited resources. Even well funded ones like state universities, where I get to work for, they run into situations where you don't have the funding, or maybe three departments have the funding, but only one is interested in using their whole entire budget for this particular product. So we have to think about, how do we prepare these teams to accept this new way of being? How do we help those stakeholders that we have, those project sponsors have, think about how AI may make their lives easier and also may increase and improve the life of those who work for them? And so, one of the things that we have to think about is how to successfully implement AI bots to help them to work on those repetitive tasks, but also be careful at the same time to not exacerbate their costs by putting an AI bot in the place of a task that could be actually done quicker and faster by a human being and costs less. There's a lot to weigh there. So those are things that we need to think about as we think about what AI means, especially in these sectors where there are limited resources for us to work with, and there's limited resources in our people and what we can do.